Sometime after the Friday incident had blown over, Takeshi received the offer for Violent Cop. Originally meant to be a comedy, differences between Takeshi and the director had caused the director to leave. And Takeshi was given the offer to take his place. This was his chance to finally play a serious role. Takeshi transformed the script to a dark, gritty drama. The movie did well, and critics recognized Takeshi's directing and acting talent. The general public of Japan, though, well, beat Takeshi's comedic image was just too strong, and it deflated the serious atmosphere. In his next movie, Boiling Point, Takeshi upped the violence. He played a psychotic Yakuza member. Whoa. However, the film was a flop at the box office. The next year, he released A Scene at the Sea. A very different film from his previous two. It was about a deaf garbage collector who finds a broken surfboard and learns to surf. It did better at the box office and received several awards. This was also the first film Takeshi worked with Joe Hisaishi. If you don't know Joe, but like Japanese stuff, chances are you've already heard his work. For his next film, he returned to Shochiku to produce a bigger budgeted film, Sonatine. Takeshi plays a Yakuza tired of his life of crime and is sent to Okinawa to settle a dispute between two crime families. It's a masterpiece. Takeshi found the perfect balance of captivating storytelling with moments of intense violence. This would also be his first movie screened at Cannes. Takeshi had put his very soul into the movie, and after all his hard work, it was still a commercial failure in Japan. The public still didn't recognize Takeshi as anything more than a comedian. Takeshi began working on his next movie, Getting Any. The first movie directed by his alternate personality beat Takeshi. It was a silly movie that poked fun at Japanese comedy itself. This was a movie the Japanese public had expected from him, but it certainly wasn't the kind of movie Takeshi wanted to keep making. Takeshi was still performing comedy on TV with a bright smile, but behind closed doors with his gundan, he had become self-destructive. When he was drunk, he'd talk about death. He talked about it so much it frightened the gundan. And one night, in 1994, after some heavy drinking, Takeshi got on his scooter and drove into a barricade, severely injuring him and paralyzing the right side of his face. Takeshi later stated it was an unconscious suicide attempt. Perhaps it was the frustration of his films not being taken seriously in Japan, or his extreme schedule, or his marital struggles. But this crash was a wake-up call. His near-death experience gave him a renewed outlook on life, and he didn't want to waste any more time. He got right back into filmmaking. His next movie, Kids Return. Following the story of two high school dropouts, one who becomes a boxer and the other a Yakuza, this was Takeshi's first successful film in Japan. The next year, Takeshi released Hana-bi, and wow. Takeshi returns to his role as an ex-violent cop with a terminally ill wife. I don't want to spoil the story, but Takeshi had made another masterpiece. Hana-bi was highly acclaimed internationally, and Takeshi won the Golden Lion. With this accomplishment, Japan could no longer ignore Takeshi's talent as a filmmaker. In addition to that, Western film distributors became very interested in Takeshi's movies. And after 7 movies done in 8 years, Takeshi had finally proven to the world he was more than a comedian. Takeshi is in his 70s now. He continued making movies till 2017. In 2018, he left the company he started, Office Kitano, but he still has a very strong TV presence. In an interview, he was asked what he wants to do now, and that's right. he spends most of his time writing when he's not on TV. And I'd guess in the near future, Takeshi will receive a major literary award in Japan. Because this man's determination and creativity is phenomenal.